After some technical difficulties, we are right back at it. Star Mars, what's up? Maddie the Glue, what's happening? Long time no see. Congratulations on everything you're doing out there in Hollywood, baby. I'm watching you. May Smooth, thanks for joining. I shot this a couple of weeks ago, just in case you're catching the first one.
I said I gotta go before they play some Jay-Z, and I just pass out. I can't
Yeah.
play on that hole. I gotta go, man. Yo, just go back. Just go back to the beginning of this one. Download.
May Smooth, you know about jazz? You know what you know about jazz, May Smooth?
My best Periscope. Look at the setting sun.
Look at that sun, boy. That sun was beaming that day. Did anybody catch this one live?
Winning today.
Serena! May Smooth is in the building. So what's up?
Love it.
Oh, Serena, I would love for you to bring the horns out for these jokers right here. Some talk about Sperona got to Ghana, Subahana, Sudi Abasankatu, Mom, Sagatu Vera Vagana, Amir to Abasakai, Mom, Manchu Padai, Aharu, I use some to run it. So the highest, Gagano Vasudius, Nisa Vajay, Vasudi, Sahasa, Ramsey, Sam Kodite, Softati Gate, Avalokani, Sat Paramita, Paraparani, Softati Gate, Radayan, Titan, Stite, Mahamudra. Vajrakaya, Samatano Vasudi, Savarano, Paya, the Gate, Para Vasudi, Patani Vitaya, Yusudi, Samaya, Anastite, Mani, Mahamani, Tadota, Butakoti, Parasudi, Visputa, Budisudi, Jaya, Vajaya, Smara, Sarva, Buddha, Anastite, Sudi, Vajra, Garbe, Vajra, Bhavati, Mama Siriam, Sarvasat Vanam, Pakai, Para Vasudi, Sarvatati got the Sinkale, Samavasayantu, Sarvatati got the Samavasa, Anastite, Budaya, Vibudaya, Samanta Parasudi, Sarvatati got the Herdaya, Anastite, Mahamudra, Swaha. He's crispy, ain't he, Serena? He's crispy. You put the flute out there with that, or the saxophone? Good Lord. Help by Evina, what's up? Come on down to Atlanta, let me see, can I set it up? Let's make it happen, Captain. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. I love catching the hearts. So I'm here getting my hair braided, getting touched up. My stylist is taking a small break, and we'll be right back to that. Turn this down just a little bit. Sevy Love, what's happening? All is well, all is well. You know, I'm Team Tars representing Atlanta, Georgia. Please swipe and invite your followers and post on Twitter. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. You can also share it on Facebook later. You can catch the replay. Welcome all the replayers. Thank you so much for all the hearts, for touching the hand. Yeah, Team Libra ATL. I love eating the hearts up. Yeah. Thank you for inviting your followers. I really appreciate it. Oh, okay, so ooh, it's kind of heavy because it's wet. What's up, Taz? You back? Okay, so this is part 2. We just got right into the beginning of this particular subject, and then it like crashed. I don't know whether it was because I was going in too much or whether we had too much of this unknown lyric, just going crazy. But I like playing this music like in the background because it's just like street angels. Like, what would be the chance of me coming out of the Federal Reserve Bank looking at millions of dollars working on my creative visualization? Hey, Monica, Comedic Arts is in the building. I know y'all just, oh, so Monica's just getting here, so you know I gotta let her see. This is the scene across from the Federal Reserve building that I recorded a couple of weeks ago. And see, the sun was just giving it to us that day. Big shouts out to Monica Ogando. Y'all need to follow her. She does The Truth at 10 every night. She's bananas. She's an amazing, amazing woman amazing friend, amazing coach. She just, and her Periscope game is off the chain. I wouldn't even be doing any catching if it wasn't for her. She turned me on to catch. Yeah, there she is. Y'all follow her, Serena. I'd love to be in the room with Serena and Monica. Shoo. Thank you. That's right. Everybody, just make sure y'all. That's amazing. That's all I got is amazing followers, though. Look at this brother with the hair. Is he a little extra or what? Look at him. Look at him. They are killing it, though. Full scope TV as well. We'll talk about that. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. I was so hyped. Like that brother, he had me hyped. Everybody had me hyped right here. Right. And look, his is not even as long as mine, and he's out there just doing it. Xanadu is in the building. What's up, baby? Thank you for joining. This is part 2. We had a little technical difficulty, but I'm still warming the crowd up. Please swipe and invite. Don't be shy. In here. Bring some more people in here with you. Let's see what it do. That's what's up. We're going to show you. So this is Unknown Lyric. All right, we warm. Monica, I know you ain't talking about nobody warm. How you be heating up the pot? You make sure the pot is like boiling over before you get started. Hey, everybody. Oh, yeah. Y'all like my nails? And da-da-da-da. Hey. But, okay. It's warm. Let's go. All right. I need to see them. Everybody's not tapping the screen. Let's tap that screen, baby. I'm just messing with y'all. So check it out. My topic today is all about the spiritual path and you. And I think it's really important that the further people get along, go along and move along, when we move along the spiritual path, yes, I do notice that. Yeah, but you do be talking. You be kind of long-winded though too. So everybody, y'all need to follow Xanadu and y'all need to follow Monica. Follow Xanadu and Monica. Xanadu is going to be co-hosting with me on Blab. Her Blab is like talented, terrific. I can't use regular words no more. I can't use the word good. I can't say she kills it. I can't use low vibrational words, but she's going to help me co-host. Lauren was helping me co-host last night. How long was that Blab? I think we got on around 10 o'clock. We were talking about sex, money, and relationships. Better, more, and happier. You know what I'm saying? Better sex, more money, happier relationships. And, oh, wait a minute. He's on the ground now. I got to see this. He's on some Jimi Hendrix. Oh, it was longer than 4 hours. It was definitely longer than 4 hours. Because I know we started around, it was longer than 4 hours. I went to bed, I got off around 4:30. We started around like 10:30, 11. I was like, word? Because, yes, it wasn't 11 o'clock. Okay, so. Yes, Holy Ascension, Batman. That's right. But it was so much was going on there. And so I guess that's kind of like one of the reasons why I want to do this one, because, and just talk about the spiritual path, because everything that I present, whether it's sex, money, or relationships, what I think is really important, to me, it all goes back to God consciousness. And I don't know how many times I try to make that point. Everybody, if you just joining, this is Kim. She's the dope designer that keeps the locks fresh. We got that lock technician loyalty. I think since she's been doing my hair for almost a year and a half or whatever, I have not had. Oh yeah, she's good on this head. Oh yeah, you ain't saying nothing. Y'all just. Oh yeah, I really do miss Kim. Oh, now you trying to be funny. Yes, I do. Is it compatible with mobile devices? If you use Chrome to look at it, But I'm on Android and I could look at it the other day. I don't know if I could join, but I was watching it the other day. The person I was watching it, like somebody sent me the link, and they were just being very, very masculine and really, really, condescending about some stuff on your iOS or your Android. There you have it. That's why y'all see that I want to have Xanadu as my co-host. So on the spiritual path, I want to get back to topic. Yeah, Xanadu right there. Xanadu. So on the spiritual path, I feel that it's very important when you are transitioning from a religious background into a more spiritual background, that you take your relationship with the Creator, you take your relationship with God, no matter what you want to call it, because that is just really important. Because on your spiritual path, see, God doesn't need a religion. God doesn't need a religion, so maintain the relationship. I guess sometimes I thump Bibles every now and then, pull quotes out of it, but when he says, go into your closet, you know what I'm saying, and pray, that's meaning that's that one-on-one relationship. When Jesus is talking about me and my Father are one, that's that one-on-one relationship. I can do without a whole bunch, like 98% of the rest of the Bible, you know what I'm saying? But that particular piece, I think I definitely take that into my spirituality. That's why my ministry is called God First Universal Healing Temple Ministries. No, not yet. I have physically not left the country. I got to Canada and they saw how many felonies I had and they said, yep, go on back. But I know that when I go to, when I get over to the land, when I get over to the motherland, it's gonna be life changing. It's gonna be, it's gonna be crazy. On my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth trip. So, because I want to do it like you. I just want to go every year as a routine. I want them to see me like, yo, what's up? That's that guy from Atlanta. How you doing? Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. So, but spirituality, man, the path is really all about expanding your consciousness so you can come out of the dark. Because when you got all these other filters of men and religions, it's kind of like you walking around with like 16 pair of shades on. You just got all these different filters on. Yeah, and it's so much, but really it's darkness in the world because people carry darkness. It will be light in the world when you start carrying light. There's this book by these Russian scientists about something about ninja techniques or some kind of secret. I can't even think. What's up, Simply Cherie? Thank you for joining us. Secret ninja mind technique. But it ain't about being a ninja or nothing like that. It's just, is it mind manipulation? It has a red and black cover on it, right? That's it. It's called Mind Manipulation, Ancient and Modern Ninja Techniques. But it doesn't have anything to do with ninjas. It just talks about your levels of consciousness, right? And your filters. And so this book says the normal person has 14 layers of consciousness between them and reality. So it's like when you meet somebody, it's by Dr. Ha Lung, H-A-H-A, like ha, and then the last one is Lung, and Lung means dragon. So he's Dr. Dragon. That's what Lung is. Mind manipulation, ancient and modern ninja techniques. Monica, you'll finish this in about 3 hours. It is a marvelous study of the mind. And one of the things, like I said, is like 14 layers. I'm going to use these too. So imagine that this is you and this is another person you're about to have a conversation with. And there's 14 sheets of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? And then you're about to meet this person, and then this person has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They got 14 layers of consciousness or sheets of paper. So between, what's up, Maddie Glue? Thank you for coming back. Thank you for inviting and sharing. When you come back, I mean, when these two people start to communicate, my message from my heart has to come up, come out the mouth, and come through 14 layers. Then it's got to go through your 14 layers, hit the ears, and then go into the brain and digest it, and then down to your core of who you really are. You see what I'm saying? Thank you for sharing on Twitter. I appreciate you. I love women that nurture me and nurture and support my ministries. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love men who do that as well, but we wouldn't make it without the ladies. Like, that's why last night we were talking about how I don't like the word slut or whore, you know, and that's what I said. When you start getting on the spiritual path, you have to start lessening these levels of consciousness, and it gets rawer and rawer. Last night we had a whole big debate on Blab about disrespecting somebody, right? And disrespect is quite human, like, because it's so subjective, right? But as you move along on the spiritual path, like it says in the 4 agreements, you become immune to other people's opinions. So when somebody else, you know, is saying, how could you be so disrespectful? Your colorful language in the bedroom is appropriate. How about that? Your colorful language in the bedroom is appropriate. But sometimes our sauna or our auric field and the gods that are around us, they don't like the use of profanity. And last night I was just like going in. I didn't ignore you. You should just call my phone. I wasn't ignoring you. When I'm in Blab, I don't always look at the chat because I'll get off topic. So, you know, all you gotta do is bring me some cookies, and y'all can. I'll be paying attention. Some cookies and some milk. I'll pay attention. So stop telling people I was ignoring you. I don't ignore people on my Blab. If you'd have came on and got in the seat and sat down, it would have been impossible to do that. So when you start to, like I said, expand for 3 hours, you were eating for 3 hours, that was a big meal. We start to expand what we call your aperture of consciousness. This means the vision is getting broader, and then the levels, those 14 sheets of paper, are getting smaller and smaller, and
translucent maybe?
Translucent maybe. My what's that?
Apprentice?
No.
Hairstylist?
Yes, my hairstylist, super apprentice, all of that is. No, I was gonna say, what's some people you be rocking with? Who we talked about today? They
Landmark.
Landmark, yeah. So you know, she's official tissue all the way around. So the whole piece is about. But remember, some people set up these levels of consciousness as defense mechanisms and excuses to not be accountable. And so they can, just like last night, the Bible thumpers was all in the room, and it was all about God this and Jesus this, but I'm not accountable. I ain't taking on no accountability. I'm not going to be in a relationship until God sends someone to me, and God's going to be the center of this relationship, and then God's going to keep it together. And I was like, well, what are you going to do in a relationship? See, on the spiritual path, you start to become much more accountable of your own dynamic spirit. You see what I'm saying? And you start recognizing the namaste. You start recognizing the God in you, the God in other people, right? And that's why this whole thing about, this whole disrespect thing about, you want, like, talk to me like God will talk to me. I want, did I drop something else? What was just that? I want God to give it to me raw. And yeah, they're leaning on emptiness. A lot of people leaning on emptiness. But as you move and grow, because remember, We came to the planet for one reason, to grow. That's it. We didn't come here to love. We didn't come here to be respected or be disrespected or be broke or be billionaires or none of that. We came here to grow. And the G in growth is talking about God. So you can grow two different ways. Growth. I don't like using the word ascension. It's too deep for people. It's too deep. It's too deep. It's too deep. Too deep. Because then they'll think that you are somebody else and you have the same growth potential as them. It's growth. Ascension, because it's growth because you're still attached to this earth. That's growth, like a tree. Ascension is like a helicopter. I'm not attached anymore. So you didn't really come here to ascend. You know, you came here to grow because your feet are still here in the roots, right? So, and you can grow up or down. That's the thing about growth. See, ascension only means up. Growth can be up or down. If you descend, that's not ascension downward. But roots grow in a downward direction and tree limbs grow in an upward direction. And we human beings, that's our relative, the tree, because we exchange oxygen for carbon monoxide every second, every day, every millisecond, right? So when you're having agreeable experiences, you are growing up towards God like limbs. All the trees are just reaching up for the heavens, wanting to be closer to God. Human beings, though, when we start having disagreeable experiences, what happens? The roots start growing down. I want to let y'all know something. Like, she getting ready to get funky in just a second. So y'all watch her. Because y'all just like, oh, she's almost done. We're doing an updo. I ain't even going to tell y'all. Just listen to the words. Watch the hands. Y'all going to see why she's the nicest. Probably in Atlanta to me. Because, like, I haven't seen nobody's hair that I would want to compliment like mine. Like the compliments that I get. I haven't seen anybody else who I would want to be like. Now, you know, some women who got some stuff going on. But the brothers, man, y'all really need to come see this sister. She's worth a flight into Atlanta. And she also does regular hair too, you know, Monica.
I've done a couple of layovers.
Some layovers. Yeah, there you go, some layovers. So, Monica, you might want to talk to Kim. She can do some fly stuff for you. That was a shout out. This broadcast brought to you by, what's your YouTube, Natty?
I got an Instagram at Kim Strings Music.
Instagram at Kim Strings Music. Kim Strings Music on Instagram. Right.
You can go on
the
YouTube.
Violinist.
You can go on YouTube and type in Happy Tenderheads.
Happy Tenderheads.
On YouTube.
Look, she talking about I stays loyal to my Dominican hair saint. It's all good. I heard about the Dominicans. I heard. We know you don't want to leave that. You don't want to get no. You don't want them to put nothing on you. You don't want them to call Shango down on you because you over there cheating on them. So, anyway, that's another thing you like kind of get more away from. What's up? Is that Bikini Nikki G? Thank you for joining. I'm Team Taurus, representing Atlanta. Thank you for swiping and inviting. And today we're talking about you and the spiritual path and certain tendencies that you can look out for on the spiritual path. And also tools. One of the tools that you have to work on more in the spiritual path is honesty. And these are the 4 virtues. Honesty, humility, patience, and sincerity. So I want to talk about honesty and the definition that we use from Shindao, which I love. To myself and others at all times. All right? Nikki G. Hi, Nikki G. Thank you. I thought it said something like, I thought the BYN was short for bikini. Honesty to myself and others at all times. Humility in thoughts, words, and deeds to those above and beneath me. I'm going to come back to that one too, this humility piece. Patience. I will put the needs of others before that of my own, not the greed of others. Right? What's up, Natural Boo? Natural Boo, excuse me. And number 4 is sincerity. I will fear only my lack of sincerity. So let's go through them from the top and let's break them down. Honesty to myself and others at all times. That's a 5-part, right? Number 1, honesty to myself. That's key right there on your path from spirituality. Honesty to myself at all times. Boy, that one is like a total game changer. I don't want to sound too cliche, but if you can be honest with yourself and then be honest with yourself at all times, and do these in order. Be honest with yourself part-time if you got to, like occasionally, then more frequently, and then all the time, right? Then honesty with others, right? Now some people be like, well, shouldn't you be honest with others all the time? Now you gotta start with yourself first, then honesty with yourself all the time, then honesty to others. This is where discernment comes in, because you have to be discerning about what you open in your mouth being honest about. Not telling you to lie, but sometimes you might just want to, Malachi York said in the Holy Tablets, it's best to remain quiet than to tell a truth that will cause harm. It's better to remain quiet than to tell a truth that will cause harm. Then, honesty to others at all times, right? Honesty to myself at all times. Honesty to others at all times, right? Honesty to myself and others at all times. And then the fifth element is putting all five of these together. That's when the truth becomes like a fist. See what I'm saying? Or a palm, like in the Tai Chi. Because this palm can assume so many positions. Crane, eagle claw, panther's head, boar's tusk, tiger, leopard, panther's head. It's so many, black cobra, snake, crane's wing. It's so many different things that this hand can do, and it can be a hammer fist, you know what I'm saying? Or it can be a dragon palms, my particular favorite. This right here can get a whole lot of stuff accomplished, like quickness. Like this is what they break bricks with, right? So when you put all five of these together, your honesty can be used as a defense against liars. Because liars come to you because of the law of attraction. You got some lie in you, you're going to attract some liars. You got some drama in you, you're going to attract some dramas. You see, you got some psychos coming around you, you got some psycho in you somewhere. And you got to be honest with yourself at all times to be able to clear that out when you talk to others at all times, to see how, where I'm at in evaluating my own self, right? And knowing your situation. The second one is humility in thoughts, words, and deeds to those above and beneath me. So most of the time we say, yeah, we should be humble to those above us. But rarely do we say, I should also be humble to those beneath us. Now, what does beneath us mean, right? And then this humility piece doesn't mean I'm supposed to be soft, or I'm a pushover, or you can just walk over me or walk over you. That's not what it means. Absolutely not. There's no way that I'm a vegan unless I'm at a vegan's house and that's what they got to eat, and then I'm a vegan. That's what I am, right? But no, I eat free-range chicken, I eat free-range turkey, I eat lamb, I eat bison, I eat and then some wild seafood. I do not eat any shellfish. I don't eat any bottom feeders, nothing like that. And I haven't ate a hamburger at McDonald's in, I don't know, a long time. So anyway, that's a whole nother show. We talk about parasites. Where I get bison from, farmer's market. Bam! I go to the farmer's market, or the Yoni Spa is in the building. Bottom feeders like catfish, crab, lobster, all of that. Somebody's saying focus. So, and your diet has a lot to do with your spiritual path too, but we're talking about the four virtues. So humility is, sometimes somebody will be like, well, you're not very humble. And then what they're trying to do is sun you. They're trying to play you because they say, well, you're very spiritual and I want to come at you with some BS right now. So you tone your light down so I can come at you with some BS. Now, we don't do that. We don't about to do that. We ain't going for that right there. As far as you want me to relax because I'm supposed to be spiritual, so you can bombard me with something that is like not only fictional but almost like delusional fictional that don't make common sense. And then sometimes, you know, that humility has its place. You see what I'm saying? Just like the police. If the police say, "Well, you speeding?" I'm gonna say, "No, I'm lying. I ain't being honest. I'm sorry." So when it comes to this particular part, humility has to be genuine, and a person can't demand humility from you either. They can't demand it. If it's in you, then you can give it. But a person can't demand that. A person demanding humility from you is not humble themselves. A person who demonstrates humility, they get humility. But someone who's like demanding that you do something, that's why it's just too much fire generated. Humility is overrated. You gotta get your greatness on before they will. Nah, it ain't about that's competition. So I'm gonna give out some book titles every time somebody says something, and I'll talk about that you give me you say something and it give me a book title that talks about that subject, which is Celestine Prophecy. There's no I have to do this before you do. You understand? Like I have to grow faster than you on the spiritual path. I gotta do something. There's no competition for the energy because Source is infinite. Source is infinite, and that's another thing on the spiritual path. You will start to realize that there's no lack. Also, when we talk about the word on your spiritual path, you will start to know things versus believe things. Because if you still believing, you don't actually know. And a lot of people use the word believe because they are afraid to know. They are afraid to leave behind. They want to keep using the word belief so they can hold on to like a little small thing that they don't want to investigate in. So I had someone on last night that was kind of a Bible thumper, and they love the way I drop jewels and do the knowledge and go in, but they still want to hold on to some of their biblical beliefs that don't make any type of sense whatsoever, but they want the truth. But they only want the truth as it relates to something that they're holding on to. So their spiritual path is blocked or retarded. Now, that's right. Forget believing. Forget that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about the white lady that was on who had a gun to her head. I'm talking about more than just one person. I'm not talking about her. Right. No. That's a whole nother scenario. When we start talking about how to get out of a domestic violence situation or how to date after domestic violence. That's something that I want to do. I hope you're writing that down, Xanadu. I want to do a dating after domestic violence blab. Because what causes that resistance is programming. What causes that resistance is programming and habitual. You know what I'm saying? When you have done something habitually for such a long time, that negativity is resistant to leaving. It doesn't want to just get up and go out and it's just like going to the gym and you don't feel like it. That's them fat cells that's going to get burned off when they get to the gym. They trying to protest. No, we don't need to go to the gym today. Just chill. Because they know they're getting ready to get ousted by your new exercise. So that's what honesty does. Nah, I don't blame the ego. The ego is a wonderful thing. If it gets too big, then it's just like anything else. You can just be, unbalanced. Christians can throw you under the bus because you don't stand strong in what they've been told. Listen, when you go through the 4 agreements, you stop caring about that. I don't care that a Christian wants to try to throw me under the bus. That doesn't have anything to do with me. They can do all the throwing that they want to do. It doesn't have anything to do with how I'm moving through the operation. Right. No, we didn't. I'm not on the 4. I'm on the 4 virtues, not the 4 agreements. I'm on the 4 virtues. So the first virtue is honesty to myself at all times. Second virtue is humility in thought, words, and deeds to those above and beneath me. And then you will attract more humility too. You'll attract more people that are honest. You'll attract more people that are humble. and you'll learn more too. That's the secret key to all ancient teachings is humility. If you couldn't pass the humility test, a master wouldn't teach you. And so that's the same thing for me too. Like, if you asking me to teach you something, but you coming in with a very challenging spirit and not a humble spirit, then I still reserve the right to show you the other side. Right. I get to show you the other side if you don't approach correctly. And that's all human beings. That's all animals. You reserve the right to show them the other side if somebody don't approach you correctly. Right? So if it's something that you want from someone, if you want something from a woman, that's especially physical or maybe sexual, you better approach with some soft words, some candy, some money, some flowers, some food, some song, something like that. But if you don't approach correctly, how could you even think that it's going to go down the way that you want to go down? The third virtue is my favorite, patience. I will put the needs, capital N, capital E, capital E, capital D, capital S. I'll put the needs of others before that of my own. This is critical. This is critical right here because people think that patient means waiting. Patient doesn't mean waiting. Patient means I'm putting the needs of others before that of my own, but not the greedy. This is really, really important because a lot of people let greedy people play them, and then all of a sudden, hey, hummingbird goddess, thank you for coming back. They make you feel guilty about you being first, or they want to conserve and hold theirs and they want to spend yours. So a great example is gas money. 2 cars in the driveway. I work this way, you work this way. You got a half a tank of gas, I got a half a tank of gas. It take both of us 20 minutes to get to work, right? Going in separate directions. You wait till the last minute and say, can I get a ride to work? That means I gotta go out here, go 20 minutes this way, turn around, come 20 minutes to get to the house, then 20 more minutes to get to my job. So I have to leave 40 minutes earlier, 50 minutes, almost an hour earlier just for you. And guess what? I said, why you need a ride to work? Because I don't want to burn my gas. You don't want to burn your gas? That person is greedy. Little children, when they go to the store, they see some candy and they always want it. Excuse me. Write it down. We're going to do a blab on partnership. Absolutely. Divine partnership. What is it? Let's talk about that. Getting out of the wrong partnership, moving, or we can call it migrating from bad relationship to good relationship or something like that. Isn't that selfish? The word selfish means self-care. The word selfish means self-care. You mean greedy, don't you? Greedy. That's why I say patience. Put the needs of others before that of my own, but not the greedy. Selfish is when you put on deodorant, when you get your nails done. I'm being selfish now, getting my hair done. I'm being selfish when I go to the barbershop and take care of myself. You are supposed to be selfish. You're not supposed to be greedy. You understand? So she said she was hungry. If I was like, so what, I ain't gonna feed you, do my hair. See? That's being greedy. So, or if she was like, get my transmission fixed. I was like, whoa, that's $1,500, champ. I ain't got that much hair. You see what I'm saying? So, I already feel a little design on the side already, everybody. Yeah. So, yeah. But, hold on, let me tell her something. Not so far back here. Can we come up higher? Because when I lay down, I don't like laying on the bunk, but then my head be up. So can we have it closer to the top, like that? They can see whatever designs on the side, but try to sit as far on the top so when I lay down, I don't have to like be going through a bunch of hassles. Okay. Thank you. What's up, AVT 238? So with patience, patience does not mean waiting. Everybody, please type that in the room. Patience does not mean waiting. Patience does not mean waiting. Yes, I am. Patience does not mean waiting. It means to put the needs of others before that of your own. And that, in the law of attraction, will have more people putting your needs in front of theirs. But never go to somebody and saying, that's good, that's good, that's good, yes, yes, yes. Never go to somebody with something that you can do for yourself. When you need help, you're supposed to reach out and be like, please help. But if it's something that you could do yourself and you're just being lazy or sorry or whatever you want to call it, then like that's being greedy. So you see people being greedy in relationships all the time. You see people being greedy in line, getting on the bus. You see all of these greedy behaviors. And if you start to notice, stop calling it selfish and start calling them greedy. We think people greedy, they just eat a lot. Eat more than they can. I put a lot of things on my plate and I'm trying to eat it. No, a greedy person is a thief. They steal from you. They're not selfish. Remember, selfish is deodorant, nails done, getting prettied up, treating yourself right, massage, nurturing yourself, putting lotion on, things like that, smelling good, all that. Taking a nice shower, bubble bath, all that. Going to the gym, you see what I'm saying? Buying a nice car. You're supposed to do things like that and treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. But when you start to it starts to move over and you taking from somebody else, like there's some kind of competition for energy, which when there never is, that person is operating out of lack and they are greedy, like a hoarder. You see what I'm saying? So beware of the hoarders. Super, super beware of the hoarders. So, and then the last, I didn't know, now I know, I'm learning. That's what I'm here for, to share so you can grow. So when you say I'm learning, to me, I'm interpreting that as you're growing. And so I appreciate you letting me, woo, still a little wet. I appreciate you letting me have input on your growth. So when you have done the first three, then there's the fourth one, which is sincerity. Sincerity to myself, and sincerity, I will fear only my lack of sincerity. This is the part in relationships where I wish more women would be sincere. Because women aren't fearful of their insincerity, and they sit there and say, well, I can't tell him because it'll hurt his feelings. So you'll lie and you'll withhold the truth? Who's going to tell him? You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, last night, when people were voicing their opinions about the way I said things, not what I said, okay, they were being sincere. What's up, Eho Joe? Thanks for hanging out with us last night, God. Appreciate that. Honesty, patience, sincerity. No, it's honesty, humility, patience, and sincerity. Honesty, patience, humility, patience, and sincerity. The four virtues. Right. Honesty, humility. So it's two H's. Honesty, humility, patience, and then sincerity. So it's really, really, really important that you stay sincere. Because when you start fronting on your sincerity, guess what happens? You start to attract people who are going to front on your sincerity. Yes, your sincerity, and you start getting all these liars. That's why I love 1 and 4 together. I just like the circle. Oh no. You attract what you are, and you attract what you are and what you put out. You get both of them. So you can be putting out one thing and attract a little bit of that, and then what you are is a different thing, and then you can attract some of that too. It's all about aligning both of it up. That's this whole thing about you and the spiritual path, is aligning up who you are with what you do. Honesty, humility, patience, sincerity. Got it. Absolutely. So aligning up who you are with what you project. That's why Malachi taught us. He said the three U's are what I said. What I meant, what I said, and what you heard. So there's always this, it could be this dispensation between the way we communicate. This is what was in my heart. It came out another way, and then you heard something totally different. A real master, you can hear from the heart. It's raw all the way up and out and to you. Come from the heart, delivered through the throat, bam, you get it right here, no cut. Right. Now sometimes it's a little raw, and all masters got different styles. And I like my style. That's the one thing. I really love how sincere I am in saying things from the heart and not regretting something. And I work to try to say things without needing to apologize and be like, word, if I said it, did I stand by it? Absolutely. 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 So that's sincerity. And that's one of the things we talked about last night. For men, a man needs to talk and act like but he needs to actually have some balls. Because that's one thing that's missing in relationship is, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Black Sugar, what's happening? So, down there in Jacksonville, Florida, or traveling somewhere. To me, it's courage. You gotta have courage enough. Like those balls for men represent courage. So do you got the balls to sit there and stand up to this man or this woman? Especially this man, do you got the balls to stand up to yourself and be who you are, regardless of what society or religion has tried to put upon us and you? That's courage. That's tenacity. And that's that's one of the tools you have to have on the spiritual path is tenacity. You got to have compassion, forgiveness, love, all them things, but you got to have tenacity to push, 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 push. That's why the whole song, the song of life is roll, roll, roll your boat. This is muscles. Roll, roll, roll your boat. Then listen, what is my boat? This body, right? And then what's the next word? Gently. Don't rock the boat. So sometimes you got to go to war to keep peace. Yeah. Last night they said, "Oh, you just talking too much. You get to do all the talking." It's my blab. But you can't come on here and just dominate. And you see that at times I have a dominating nature. So when I'm in my dominating nature, it's gonna be tough for you to come in and try to dominate. But you can come in and win with yin though. That's what Lauren showed last night. She would just sit there and be quiet. And then I would anticipate what she has to say. And she says, "Can I ask a question?" I'd be like, "Oh, yeah." Right. And it wasn't argumentative or anything like that. It was really some really good feminine energy that I was like open to. And you ain't got to be open to all feminine energy, and you don't have to be open to all masculine energy either. But balancing it out is totally should be the norm. It's balancing that out. But you got to have tenacity to stand in your truth and be honest to yourself and others at all time, to be humble, to know when to shut your mouth. And if somebody else tells you to shut your mouth, can you practice humility when somebody tells you to shut up? That right there is the key. Because last night people were talking about that's disrespectful if you tell a woman to shut up. Why? If she need to shut up, if somebody told her to shut up, then why? But see, it's this whole sexist gender thing about this whole respect thing. You see what I'm saying? Which that's a whole nother conversation too. I'm gonna just stay on where I'm at for tools. And it's just the king in me, but it's still karmic. You're supposed to get these messages from me. The messages that people get from me on a blab or a periscope or on Facebook or 1,000 things or whatever, that's the creator speaking through me. And that's me igniting what your karma is. You can't stand when people tell me to shut up, not just me and anyone. Right, but maybe you need to shut up sometimes though. You see what I'm saying? Why am I going to tell you to shut up when you're naked? That's really backwards. You know what I'm saying? No, y'all love to talk. Y'all really don't love control. Y'all like to talk. Y'all do not. Y'all kind of like to be in control, but yeah. Okay, Xanadu, I see where you're at. That's another blab right there. Sexual role playing. I'm telling you, that blab that we're going to have going to be hot. Y'all need to follow me on Twitter and follow Xanadu on Twitter, because you're going to be given some amazing insight. You see what I'm saying? And they're only going to be 1 hour long. You hear me? I do need to shut up sometimes, but dang, I have something to say. How important is it? That's another thing. Sometimes you risk, I got something to say, with ruining things. You could ruin the mood. You could ruin an opportunity. Like a brother like me, if you talk too much and we were supposed to have sex, we ain't. I changed my mind. See, I'm one of those evolved brothers. It ain't about that. I'm straight. Sitting there talking all the time. Say something, you just need to know when to shut the... Listen, that was one of the greatest piece of spiritual advices that I ever got from my mentor was, you need to learn to shut the fuck up and listen sometimes. Yes, and this is probably like my second or third year of serious study. Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, shut the F up. When I stay in my lane, everything works for me. Me too. When I stay in my lane and I'm the king, even if I have to tell somebody to shut up. But listen, people always talking about, don't tell me to shut up on black. Nobody's ever heard me tell somebody to shut up. I just said that it's cool when it's need be. Make sure the people tune into the ones we have. Absolutely. No, I don't talk when I'm about to be intimate. I become very soft and get in the moment. Was she talking too much for you? I never told anybody to shut up last night. I'm just talking about, I was talking situational. So to this day, nobody's ever heard me tell somebody to shut up. No, I told somebody don't talk when, I told Lauren, don't interrupt when two men are talking. I asked a man a question and she answered for him, and I checked her and was like, don't answer for a grown man. That's what happens. And I say that now. I get on the phone and tell her that's it. When two men are talking, it's not your place to jump in there and answer for another man. That is very emasculating. For you to come in there and be like, yeah, he can handle it. Nobody was talking to you. I was talking to that man. That's just, it's also rude. It's sexy when a man asserts himself. We need more of that. What did I say last night? We are in dire straits. It's an emergency situation out here for men that need to stand up and grab their nuts. I want to show y'all that I'm still got this joint playing in the background. This joint killing it. Joint hot, son. All I can say is thank you, Periscope. Thank you, Periscope. Thank you, Catch. Cause I'm always play this. I play this like once or twice a week. Like, I love how these boys came in here and got down. Like, just totally amazing. So, and it's still fire. You can catch this on my Catch page. So somebody type in katch.me/CoachKhayr. katch.me/ yeah. But you can get the whole thing. It's like almost like an hour. It's like a street concert. They were playing before I got there and after I left. Yes. Simply Shocky, I need to put some in your PayPal soon. Let me hear it make some money so I can damn put you on the payroll, shawty. What? I know my payroll's getting long. I have to hit Xanadu off. I got to hit 7 off. I got to hit Lauren off. See, that's what God let me have, submissiveness. I told God, I said, I want them wet, moist, and submissive and intelligent. Now I'm saying I want them psychic. I was like, yeah. So I'm just getting what I asked for. Thank you, Shocky. So I always love the part where he gets on the ground. Yeah, because I rewound it again. Look at him. Nikki, why you say child? What you mean? What's up? Yeah, he's going in. So, strategy. So I want to get into strategy real quick. We talked about on the spiritual path, getting started, tools you can use, those virtues, and strategy. The next webinar? Now, you mean webinar or next blab? Within a relationship, at what point do you reveal you on the spiritual path? Before the relationship. When you meet him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when my next webinar is. Did you catch the last webinar I had? Oh, okay. Nikki, did you follow? Did you see the last webinar? Are you in or what? Tomorrow is the sign up. Are you coming in? You get some of this Christmas money or what? I'm just saying. That's another thing too, as concerning the spiritual path. Okay. Did you already text me? Is your number on the piece of paper? Why not? Am I close to the piece of paper that's over here?
No.
Where is it at? Yeah, that piece of paper. Yeah. You see this? You see this? It's real, Nikki. It's real. Your phone number need to be on here. So if you ain't text me if you watched the last webinar, what did I ask people? Text me and tell me if you were 1, 2, or 3. So you said, of course. I don't see Nikki on here. So you say, of course, you want to get in, but you didn't text me. So this is everybody who took me serious. This is what it looks like. Check the 9147. Last 4 digits, 9147, 9147. I don't see the 9147. E, you seen your... Where you at?
What's on the back?
The back is how everybody is going in the tree. You know, like, so already got the team stuff set up, everything. If you all want to catch a replay of the last webinar, Shocky, can you type in CoachKhayr please? I ain't feeling that at all.
Hilarious.
Yeah, or they can go to YouTube, right? But I'd rather get their email address so they can know when the next one is coming out. CoachKhayrwebinars.info. That's it. Thank you. Oh yeah, she fine now. So we just gotta come up. That ain't gonna work though. That there. I mean I don't sleep on my back anyway, so I ain't tripping. It ain't got to be all on top of my head. So, but sometimes this is how she comes up with some greatness. You know, she just be in the midst. She be back there zoning out. She's a violinist extraordinaire as well. The first day I got to Atlanta, my first official day, do a mohawk to the front. You know, you can ask her already, am I gonna go for that? You know. Look, remember, I'm representing her too when I step out. I'm going to homecoming tonight. There's going to be a lot of cameras flashing. It's going to be a lot of higher ups out there. I'm going to be hobnobbing. That's what she want to do. E Hojo, what's your last four of your phone number? I done got talking about the money now. You see what I'm saying? I just want to make sure Cats is on here. I don't know. Y'all know my number, 336-587-1215. If you watch the webinar and you want to get on this list and you want to get an invitation to some of this Operation Online Christmas money, you have to text me. How long have I been growing my hair? About 3 months. Yeah, see, that's all weave. 9481.
That's where I'm at. CoachKhayr in the building.
Oh, son, you at the top, son. That's you right there. You right there at the top, 9481. So, oh yeah, you in. It's not even an issue. I got you. When will you discuss the 4 agreements? I'm not finished doing my hair. We can discuss them right now if you want to. Those are really good for the spiritual path. Very, 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 very good. She keeps saying, you be talking like you know me or something. Have we talked on the phone before? Because she keep calling me all the right words. She said, you got growing hands, Kim.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. And she ain't even pregnant. Because most of the time, that's when it happens. Yeah, you. Because you saying all the right things. The 4 agreements. Do y'all talk about the 4 agreements at Landmark?
No, but I read it.
Okay. So, the first agreement, this is we're talking about now, talking about the 4 agreements. Can I stop this and start over so it'll be right at the beginning? Let's do a part 3. Let's do a part 3. Let me start. I won't put that right at the beginning. So y'all come right back.